What happens when you favoritize one child over another, or one person over another? We can learn some very powerful, interesting lessons from the storyline of this week's Torah portion between Yaakov marrying Rachel and Leah. So the story, of course, is Yaakov comes to Lavan, his uncle, and beginning works for him, and then after 30 days, Lavan says to him, "Are you going to work for free? Want to stay here? Tell me, well, how much should I pay you?" He says, "Look, I'll work for 7 years for your youngest daughter, Rachel." And he says, "Fine." So he works for 7 years, and at the end of 7 years, when they're meant to get married, Lavan is not going to marry off his younger daughter, Rachel, before his older daughter, Leah. But Rachel knew about her father's trickery and told Yaakov it's not going to work. And Yaakov says, "You know what, I'm going to give you a code. Code is Chana, which references the 3 mitzvot of a woman. You say the code on that night, and then I'll know it's you." And so now she sees that Leah is being prepared to go into the chuppah. She knows that she's going to be terribly embarrassed when she comes, and Yaakov is going to say, "What's the code?" And she's not going to know. It's going to be terrible for her. So Rachel actually gives her the code. She gives her the code, and Leah comes into the chuppah. Lavan extinguishes all the candles. It happens to be a Friday night. They are twins, and yes, indeed, Rachel was beautiful of form and beautiful of complexion, whereas Leah cried and cried and cried. So she lost her eyeshadows. And why did she cry? Because she was told that she was going to marry the older one of Rivka's children, which was Esau. And she asks her friends, or she asks anyone who would answer, "What's he like?" And they tell her, "Oh, wow, this guy is a terrible person. He steals women from their husbands. He kills." And she's crying, "I don't want to be this guy's wife." And the fact that she continues to cry all the time is she doesn't resign herself to it. In other words, by continuing to cry, she's saying, "I'm not good with this. I'm not accepting this." But it affected her look, affected how she looked. And so, in any event, Yaakov wants to marry Rachel, and Leah comes in, gives the code, because Rachel actually gives Leah the code. Next morning, he sees it's Leah. He says, "Lavan, what's going on? Why'd you gave me the wrong one?" He says, "We don't marry off the younger before the older. But if you work for me another 7 years, you can marry Rachel in 7 days." And so he did. And there he married Rachel 7 days later. Now, then the Torah tells us that Yaakov loved Rachel from Leah, which itself is beautiful, beautiful ideas. What do you mean he loved Rachel from Leah? So the simple meaning, he loved Rachel more than Leah. But the Berditchever says he loved Rachel from Leah because of Rachel, because of Rachel he married Leah, so he loved Rachel, besides the fact that she was married to him, that because of her he also married Leah. That's what Berditchever says. He always has a nice twist of kindness, of love. But there's another beautiful idea that the Alshich says, and that is this: he loved Rachel from Leah, meaning for what she did for Leah, the special neshama that she had, the fact that she showed that she's ready to forgo for Leah in such a way, that added to the love that Yaakov had for Rachel. Yaakov respected and appreciated and loved Rachel because she had self-sacrifice for the sake of her sister Leah. That in itself gave Yaakov a greater reason to love Rachel. But then the Torah tells us, "Vayar Hashem kisnu Leah." Hashem sees that Leah is hated. What do you mean Leah is hated? It doesn't say she was hated. It says he loved Rachel more than Leah. So think about it. If you treat one of your children better than the other, even though you love both of them, the one who feels that they're treated not as the others actually feels hated. That's what the Torah is teaching us. Because Leah felt second fiddle, she felt loved less than Rachel, the feeling she got was that she's hated. It's a very good, powerful message in human nature that, and I'll take it a step further. The deeper dimension of that is this. We all have to feel that we have a purpose. If we feel that we're second fiddle, that means you don't really need me. I'm not necessary. There's another who is better, greater than me. So I'm not really needed. And if I'm not needed, then I feel hated. I feel like insignificant. And that's very dangerous. That's terrible. Everyone has a reason and a purpose. And there is an area of life. There's something in life that no one else can contribute what you could contribute. Every child has to feel that and know that. Every person has to know that. Leah, obviously the deepest part for a woman is her marriage to her husband. If she feels in her marriage to her husband that she's second fiddle to someone else, that creates a feeling of that she feels hated. So it does tell us how important it is for every person to feel that they have a purpose and a destiny that is second to no one, especially our children. So we have to be very careful with this, because it's not just that, okay, you see it practically. If you give a child a lolly and give another child 2 lollies, all of a sudden the child who got 1 lolly was very happy when he got the lolly, now feels sadder than when he had nothing, because he feels that he is less than. You got a lolly. That means you're liked. You got 1. Yeah, but I'm less than the other one who got 2. My brother got 2. My sister got 2, and I only got 1. They feel less than, and that's very dangerous. We have to be very careful about that. Shabbos.